Hey y'all, Bob with Million Mile Garage. We're finally going to get around to getting our 1978 Chevrolet Camaro Sport Coupe started. I think it's been about 2 years since it's been driven. The motivation is we're trying to get this garage straightened up. I've got about 50 years worth of model car and die-cast car collecting I need to go through this winter. And I'd like to get some of it put on display and kind of get some of these boxes that are cluttering up the garage unpacked and thrown away. There's my model airplane collection from that other video. These were built around 1979. I remember seeing that propeller 5 years ago, and I think it's in either that box behind the pedal car or in one of those brown boxes down there. I have a bag of loose pieces as they, parts fell off models and stuff and whatever. Some of them are my kids' stuff, whatever. I'm going to try to find that today, but before I can do that, I've got to move all these cars out of the way. The green Camaro hasn't been driven since like early December. The gold Camaro has been started in the last, I would say, 9 months, but I don't think it's left that spot in well over a year. So I'm going to attempt to prime the carburetor on that, get it out of the way. Okay, I kind of got it partially uncovered, uncluttered. Not too shabby. This is my 1978 Chevrolet Camaro. I've owned it since I was 19, and it's got a 350 in it with flat top pistons and a mild performance cam. And it's probably been I don't know, 7, 8, 9 months since it's even been started. One of the problems with these Holleys, when they sit, the gaskets separate here and here. So a lot of times you get bowl leaks, and then you'll get metering block leaks. And sometimes the transfer tubes will leak. Usually, if you run a little fuel through it, if it pisses fuel everywhere, like this one's been sitting a while, if you just kind of walk away and come back in a few hours, I'm going to take a little bit of outboard motor fuel, and I've been doing this for years, only because it's convenient, and usually it's got fuel stabilizer in it, and then the little bit of oil that's in there, it probably doesn't do any harm to the gaskets, especially the accelerator pump. Might help soften things up a bit. You can see where I started it several months ago. I had I think it was a fuel leak. Looks like I've got a coolant leak as well now. This thing's been sitting way too long. But I would rather start it to get it out of the way rather than, have to push it. So I'm just gonna put, probably 2 ounces in the bowl. It's probably completely dry. Let's see if we can measure that as I do it. Okay, that's probably full. Yeah, I probably put close to 2 ounces in. I can't remember if I had 4 or 3 to start with. I would ordinarily skip putting a little in the back bowl, because the way it's vented, it's going to leak when you pour it in, even through the top vent. It's got a little spot in here, back here, that's going to leak on. Yeah, right there. It's going to leak right there where it's going to leak, because there's a little vent built in there too. I'm probably just going to splash a little in there anyway, and then whatever I got left, I'm just going to dump it in all 4 barrels, and I'll probably let it sit for an hour or so before I attempt to start it, because it probably is going to leak a little bit. And these fuel hoses, they are rock hard. So yeah, probably won't drive it today. I'm a little afraid of it, but it should be good enough just to start it and get it out of the way so I can get to some of these boxes up here. So I'm just going to come in here. Of course, you guys saw me, already prime the bowls. So I'm just going to come in and just squirt a little bit here and here, a little bit there, a little bit there. The idea is I want to just pressurize the system and see if the hoses are going to leak. We're probably going to have to start it and then shut it off. And if I got keys, oh, look at that, 357 Magnum. So gold Camaro. It's got a 357 in it, 40 over 350, so I guess that makes me the man with the golden gun. Let's see if we can get this thing to start up. That's encouraging. leaking a little bit? I can't tell. I could have swear I saw fuel sloshing. Maybe not. Oh yeah.
It's a little wet down there.
Look at the back bowl. See how it's all wet?
Oh, yeah, now I see.
Yeah, I think we've got a stuck float. I'm just gonna wrap on that with the butt of a hammer. See if I can get that float to loosen up. But it looks like everything in here. Oh, yeah, it's leaking right here. Fuel filters. See, it's leaking around all the connections. There. There. So yeah, we'll probably just let this.
Oh, I smell it now.
Yeah, we'll just let the fuel soak into that hose for an hour or so, and that'll swell up. It should stop leaking. That'll be safe enough to start it up and move it anyway. Maybe we'll get it outside in the driveway. This one I'm pretty sure will start up no problem. So yeah, cool. We'll come back in an hour. I'm looking for spare parts because I know as those model airplanes would fall apart in Austin's room, probably from him hitting him with his ball. Messerschmitt. No frickin' way. Unbelievable. It pays to be a pack rat. There we go. All better. All right, we got to do a walk around. Let me get you in the door. Oh yeah. I think the tires are a little brown. So I think it's been sitting over a year. Now that I think back, has it been almost 2 years?
I think so.
Because the last time it ran is when we were loading it out with those folks that made that movie called The Third Saturday in October.
That's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years since it ran. Wow. I could feel it backing up. I could feel the car moving up and down. I don't know if these are permanently flat spotted. But yeah, just doing a quick walk around. That's a Performance Automotive Warehouse 350. That was an engine kit that I built for this car, I guess, going on 30 years ago now. Unfortunately, it got taken out by a cell phone about 15 years ago, and that was a talking, texting driver where we lived in Vero Beach, Florida. So I straightened the quarter panel myself. I straightened the door. And if I can find the pictures of that, I'll include it in this video. I actually had to drill the door, pull the dents, blocked it. It's perfect. That fender came off a donor car, but that's an original GM fender, and I painted the fender skirts so they match, so it looks just like the other side does. And it went back together nice. The door gaps came out really good. I was real happy with that. That's factory, so I'm going to leave that. So it had one repaint, and I used Napa. Was it Martin Senior or Martin Senior? That was acrylic lacquer, just like the factory had put on it, but it's worn through. You can see there's not. It's actually worn back down in the original finish underneath. And it was doing just fine until it got ran into. Rocking the original factory rally wheels. Got the Sears Guardsmans. And I reupholstered the seats in it about, oh, I guess that's going on 15 years ago too. I did all the seats, new cushions up front. Still got the original wheel. And this was your basic sport coupe, so it didn't have a gauge package, which I have 2 of them on the shelf. Actually 3, because I thought one of them got lost in the move, and then I found 2 on eBay and scored them. So hey, you can never have too many gauge clusters, right? These are original door panels, but they were recolored when I bought the car because they had turned pink on the top. It's a Florida car. So what the Florida car salesman would say is this is the TV side. And it'd be real nice to see it drive out. Or they used to say, no, it drives out real nice. And I think what that means is it'd be real nice to see this piece of junk drive off their lot and never come back. But anyway, when I bought this car, I just sold my '69 Camaro. It was a 396 4-speed. I actually ran across the license plates and some extra stuff while I was going through that stuff looking for my Messerschmitt propeller, right? So I was doing something worthwhile. But anyway, when I bought this car, I thought, wow, this is never going to get better than this. Automatic, 4-barrel carb, which I added. It was actually a 305 when I got it. So all the stuff that's on top of it, I'd put on the 305. And this was my daily driver for about 15 years. And I basically ran the little 305 out, and then I built that 350 for it. And at Christmas time, like 1995, I think it was, I dropped that engine in at my parents' house because they had a garage. a bigger garage than I had at the time. So I think I'm going to put a little air in the guardsman's, and I think we will attempt to take it for a drive. I don't think anything's leaking. So just like I said, if any of you guys have watched my Holley carburetor leaks video, which I think it's had like, I don't know, 20,000 views or whatever, a lot of people automatically assume a carburetor needs to be rebuilt like a Holley if it's been sitting and it leaks. Usually if you give the gaskets enough time to soak up the fuel, a lot of times it only takes a couple hours. Same thing with the fuel hoses. And these actually softened up just a little bit since they got fuel in them, but they're not leaking anymore. As soon as the fuel hits them, they swell up and they stop leaking. Not always, and again, I'm not saying that that's something that everybody should do, but I'm totally confident to take this out and drive it, at least with the fire extinguisher behind the driver's seat.
I also see at one point these screws were paint matched to the car.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, that was custom. Yeah, I meant to do that. I reshot this whole car when I was in, I think, junior college in I think I bought the car in 1986, and I had the car for all of about 6 weeks, and I repainted it. I'm the third owner of the car. The two previous owners were females, and it had a bunch of dents in it. So I took the dents out and repainted it. And yeah, you can see that expired August of 21, and this one was August of 23. So that's like, I guess the last one never made it on the car, did it? Or maybe I never put the sticker on. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. But yeah, that's how long it's been, right? So what is this, January? End of January? So what have we got, like another 7 months before this expires? That's nice. Oh, 20 pounds. That's nice. What did I guess, 22?
How much do you put in?
Why don't we go ahead and just run these up to 32, because it's been down so long. I don't want to rip on the cords. That's way too low. That's abuse. And, you know, these are collector's items now, right? I don't think you can get guardsmen anymore. Junk collectors, I guess. I gotta say though, they're made by Radar, which is a I think is an Indonesian company. I might even say where it's made. And the first set of guardsmen I had, I put on the green Camaro, and they were made by Cooper, and they were made with clamshell molds. These are made with segmented molds. These tires, in my opinion, came out a lot rounder, and I had them road forced at the local Honda dealership in Vero Beach, Florida, and this car absolutely did not vibrate. Is that 30? Take it up to 32 if you can. Just a couple blips, like 2 blips past the center mark. That's good. We'll do the rest of them. I'll stop talking and we'll take it for a drive. Just so y'all can see this. The tires are flat spire. I can actually feel the car going up and down. Feels like we're on a boat. Yeah, we're not going to be able to drive it very fast because I don't want to. Oh wow, these are really flat spotted. I don't know if that's ever going to come back out or not. The problem is the garage is so narrow. You know, I can't. When I have them tucked in, I can't get far enough underneath the car. Like if I just want to just lift it up and just set it on shorty jack stands or something just to keep the weight off the tires. But we'll just go this way. Please shift. Okay, cool.
Tires make it feel like we're on some choppy water in a boat.
Yep. Yeah, it feels like we're in the StarCraft.
Now we know how Mopar owners feel.
I can hear a little bit of axle noise, which this axle always had. My sister had an 81 Z28 at the time, and she complained about poor economy because she had the 350. So she had the 308 axle. This one had the 241. So one weekend while we were both home from college at the parents' house, put both cars up on jack stands and swapped the rear axles and the speedo gears. So this one actually has an 81 extension housing on it because hers had the setup with the big speedo gear. But the speedo's accurate, fairly accurate. Directional works, that's nice. Brakes work, that's good. We don't want to be getting in a situation where we have no brakes.
Oh no, no brakes. What are we gonna do? We gotta drive 800 miles, no brakes. Gorilla Grip Garage. I think we're gonna get a running start for this hill. We've got 11 miles on it. I think all the flat spots are gone. We're just going to bring it up to 55, see how it does. All right, she's smooth. It's smoothed out. I'm happy about that. Yep, smooth as butter. Okay, we made it back in one piece. Cool.